Good morning, church family. I don't know about you, but there's lots of discussion in my circle of influence with my coworkers, my friends, my family about what the new normal is going to look like when all this is over. The new normal work environment, the new normal social greeting, how are we going to say hello to each other, and the new normal church service. Normal is a word that I never thought I would say much of because, frankly, well, I don't know about you, but I've never been normal. When I made a conscious decision to live a kingdom-based life, when I made a conscious decision to follow Jesus and not religion, I was not normal. And I've been even less normal each and every day, at least when compared to the world. After all, what normal person seeks to fight against lust? What normal person gives away a significant portion of their income? What normal person forgives their enemies and does good to the people that hate them? What normal person stakes their life and their existence on the hope of a dying and rising Messiah? Forgive me. Being normal means saying no to a great many things. What the world considers normal is nothing that we should be concerned with. Because being normal is not what Jesus has called us to be. On top of the worldly the weirdness of living a kingdom life, there's also the base fact that the gospel is inherently offensive to the people that are around us. It tells us that we're wicked, that God is holy, and that we cannot earn our way to God. 1 Corinthians 1:18 says, "For the power of the cross is folly to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it's the power of God." To those who don't know God, the message of the gospel is folly, insanity, stupidity, utter ridiculousness. It's a stumbling block. Because following Jesus is weird and the message of the gospel is folly, we have to take great care that we don't add any more of a stumbling block to the message of the gospel. We have to be consistently conscious so that we don't offend unbelievers any more than they're already going to be offended. And that offense is really in Jesus Christ himself. If an unbeliever comes to associate one of the things that I believe that is not based in gospel, one of my preferences, if an unbeliever comes to find one of my own personal preferences as part of the gospel, I have sinned. I have somehow conveyed that one of my preferences is law or right or religious, whatever phrase you want to use. That means I have to be very conscious that I never turn the gospel into Jesus plus my preference. Is classical homeschooling a good education form? Yep. Is it the gospel? Nope. Is it smart to think through the vaccination options that you give your children? Yep. Is it gospel? Nope. Are hymns valuable to sing in church? Yep. Is it gospel? No. Are my political preferences between Democrats and Republican or living some sort of organic, healthy lifestyle part of the gospel? No, it's not. So we have to be careful to distinguish between the preferences that we have and the gospel we believe. I don't ever want someone to feel out of place at Pegram or in my personal sphere of influence because they don't eat a certain way, or because they don't homeschool their kids, or because they don't believe the same biblical political ideas that I do. When an unbeliever comes into Pegram or comes into my circle of influence, I know they're going to stumble over Jesus. And I have to be very careful that I don't add any more rocks in their way with my preferences. So my question for myself and for all of us is this: have we added any stumbling blocks, any stumbling blocks at all, to the people that we come in contact with? For the word of the cross is folly to those who are perishing, but to us that are being saved, it's the power of God. Let's not our opinion of what normal is create a stumbling block for someone else. God bless and keep you today. Have a great weekend. And in his love, we'll see you real soon.